Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth round of the ERS F1 League Championship here in Holland this time, as we jump straight into the action into Q2 here. We're already at the first round of lap times being set, and we've got 3 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be exciting, isn't it? So right now Lucas OV has set the fastest lap time. He was on the soft compound tyre, as we see Xurus 2000, who's also on the soft, go a bit wide in turn 1, or on the exit turn 1 I should say. That's probably cost him his lap time, as Juicy Fruit Snacks on the soft compound tyre does a 1 minute 9.7, lovely lap time from the man, as Astrobello has retired from the session. So right now it's seeming like Lucas OV in the Renault has the lead. He's got a 1 minute 9.6 on the soft compound tyre. Juicy Fruit Snacks a 1 minute 9.7. The Ferrari of Xurus 2000 a 1 minute 10.5, also on the soft compound tyre. Goddard on the mediums, surprisingly, very good pace from him, a 1 minute 10.6. Kimi is in the Red Bull. He set a 1 minute 10.9 as Adam the F1 King goes out. That's Kimi through, lovely stuff. Siltashi has to go out again. He did his first lap on the medium compound tyre. It wasn't good enough. It was only a 1 minute 10.9. He really needs to try and push on and get that lap time so that he can start on the medium compound tyre. Next we have Dolja in the Alfa Romeo, I should say. Sorry about that. On his out lap, he also set his lap time on the soft compound tyre. So did Adam the F1 King, who is now on the mediums, set a 1 minute 11.2. Giroux in the Red Bull, P10 a 1 minute 10.7. With Maniac Boy, he's had a lot of complaints, Maniac Boy. This driver, he hasn't been racing cleanly yet. In Q1 and in Q2, he's had a lot of complaints from other drivers coming his way, and his driving really wasn't the cleanest, was it? It was absolutely atrocious. Really didn't enjoy watching him driving there. Awful stuff. Adam the F1 King on his out lap. Where's this lap going to be? Let's go on board with him into 8th gear. DRS wide open, as you can see the two little blue dots on his steering wheel. Brakes really late. Where's it going to? Brakes at around 70 meters, as F Goddard lets him through. Good stuff. Brakes a bit early in turn 3. Turn 4, the really banked corner here. Lovely stuff. Gets on the power nice and early. Not a hint of oversteer there. Full throttle now until turn 9. Full throttle still. How's it going to fare through here? Turn 9, he does brake a bit early, but it stays full throttle now. Turn 10, you can really see the racing line build up there as he rounds turn 10 here, I should say. Sorry about that. Turn 11 now. Doesn't use any curb, surprisingly. We've seen a few drivers already try and use a lot of curb on the exit of turn 11. Turn 12, brakes nice and early. A bit of a lock-up, actually, on the way in. Hits AFX beautifully. Doesn't use any of the exit curb into turn 14. Turn 15, lovely stuff. Full throttle now until the end of the lap. Where's this lap going to put him? Car number 2, DRS wide open now into 8th gear. Where's it going to put him? It's a 1 minute 10.96, and that only puts him P8. Ooh, it's going to be quite close. Doge here in the Alfa Romeo. Is this a hot lap? I think it is. Turn 8. Turn 9. I don't think it's a hot lap. He really wasn't pushing that hard. So, the checkered flag has fallen. We've seen a lot of drivers already finish their lap times. F Goddard now on the soft compound tyres. Adam the F1 King to hold him up. But F Goddard really does not need to finish this lap time, I think. It's a 1 minute 10.6. Everyone else around him has already completed their laps. Brakes nice and late. A bit of a lock-up. He's getting held up quite a bit by Adam the F1 King. But Adam gets out of the way beautifully there. Good stuff. Into 6th gear. Braking nice and late. Full throttle now. Into 8th gear, where's this lap time going to... And he backs out of it, clever stuff there. He knew that his lap time on the medium compound tyre would be enough. So right now, the drivers who are on the medium compound tyre seem to have the advantage. Lucas OVE there, fastest with a 1 minute 9.6. Lovely stuff. It's a Renault 1-2 right now. Lucas OVE leading his teammate Moto Jobe, who set a lap time right at the death there. Juicy Fruit Snacks in P3 with a 1 minute 9.7. And Xurtos entered 2000, the first person in the 1 minute 10s. Quite close stuff here. I wonder how the race is going to fare. We've seen a lot of drivers with very, very similar pace, and it really does show, doesn't it? So, 3 drivers on the medium compound tyre. F. Goddard in the Alfa Romeo, he's looking extremely strong. Only a second off the pace, even though he is on the medium compound tyre. Xiltashi and Adam the F1 King, the other 2 drivers. The Mercedes of Xiltashi 1.3 seconds off, and Adam the F1 King in the Ferrari 1.327. So right now at the end of Q2, the people who are out are Giroud in the Red Bull racing car, Maniac Boy who displayed some atrocious driving, if I'm honest, in the early stages of Q2. Astrabello, who did not set a lap time, he's got a 10 place grid penalty after a few incidents in Q1. So that's been Q2, and now let's get to the business end of qualifying. Q3, this is where it gets exciting. Hello and welcome to Q3 here, 11 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock right now. Who is going to be the first person out on track? We can hear a few engines readying up, the teams readying the cars to be sent out on track. Q3 is going to decide who will start on pole position, and we've seen a lot of drivers who are very similar on pace, and it is the Alfa Romeo of Goddard who is out on track. He showed some incredible pace. It's his first race in this league, and he really has shown some wonderful pace here. Moto Jobe, next man out on track. Lovely stuff. The Renault driver, he's been dominant this season, really, really strong. He's shown his steel all the way through. I think he's won every single race. It was absolutely incredible to see his drive. Brilliant stuff. Almost everyone on out laps right now. Dolger 16, the only person who's still in the pit lane. Let us go on board with the Alfa Romeo of F. Goddard, who is my pick for pole position. I think it's going to be extremely close between Goddard, Xiltashi and Moto Jobe, who are really the fastest drivers around here. We go on board with him as he rounds the final corner. Full throttle now into 5th gear, a bit of a late shift there, but lovely stuff. Full throttle now, ERS wide open. Where's his lap time going to put in? As he starts his lap, he brakes. Yeah, around 60 metres, lovely stuff. As Dolger, his teammate, comes out the pits. That might have distracted him a tad, but he seems to have gotten away with it. Down turn 3 uses all of the curb there. Turn 4, a bit of a lock-up, that's unfortunate. Full throttle, not a hint of oversteer on the exit turn 4, as a lot of people do get oversteer there. It's very easy to be a bit too greedy on throttle. Oh, lovely stuff. Purple in sector 1, he is the first person out on track. It seems to be a lovely lap time so far. Impeccably clean lap this. A bit of a lock-up into turn 11. Full throttle now, DRS wide open as we go on the run down to turn 12. Brakes on the entry of the curb. Purple in sector 2 as well. A bit of a lock-up again, that's unfortunate. Full throttle, a bit of oversteer on the exit. Didn't use as much curve as he might have wanted to. Doesn't get as close to the apex as he wanted to, but a full throttle now. Round turn 15 he goes. DRS wide open. Where is this lap time going to put in? Are we going to break into the 1 minute 8? It's a 1 minute 9.6. Lovely lap from him. Goddard really showing what he's made of. A 1 minute 6. Moto Jobe goes slower. The man who has won all races till now does a 1 minute 9.7. That is incredibly close. Adam the F1 King a bit further off. He does a 1 minute 10.5. So right now it's incredibly close between these two drivers. As we go on board with Lucas OV, who I think is also going to have the pace round here. I wonder where these drivers are going to finish. Siltash, as he rounds the final corner, is this going to be an improvement for him? Of course it will be. It's his first lap. He goes P3. He's a bit off Moto Jove and out F Goddard. F Goddard has provisional pole position here, you know. As we go on board with Lucas OV into 8th gear as he shifts up. Jarvis wide open. Where's this going to put him? He goes pole position, provisional pole position for Lucas OVE. It's a 1 minute 9.4. That's 2 tenths, two and a bit tenths away from F Goddard. What a lap from Lucas OV. But there's still 7 and a bit minutes remaining on the clock. So any single driver here could set an absolutely blistering lap time and steal pole away from Lucas OV. Ooh, it's incredibly close at the front, isn't it? Lucas OV, F Goddard and Moto Jove, the 3 drivers who are in the 1 minute 9s right now. Xultash X3, quite surprisingly, quite a bit off the pace. I expected him to be right up there in the 1 minute 9s and in the mid 1 minute 9s, but he's in the 1 minute 10s, which is quite surprising. He might have made a mistake on his first run. But yeah, that's a surprise nonetheless. But we've still got 7 minutes left on the clock, so anything can change here, as most drivers return to the pits. Juicy Fruit's actually really pushing here, I think. 7th gear. Round turn 10 he goes. Turn 11, lovely stuff. Does he use the curb? Yes, he does. He uses a lot more curb than we saw at the start of the session. Brakes at the entry of the curb there. Into 4th gear, 5th gear, lovely stuff. This McLaren, quite a good looking car, but the halo is not one of my favourites. It kind of spoils the rest of the car for me, the livery. As it goes P4, he's actually faster than Xultashi, which is really surprising. Juicy Fruit Sacks, of course, the driver who was a lap down in Australia. You can really see how much he has improved. He's right up there in P4, faster than Xultashi X3, which is, I think, the biggest surprise of the day is Xultashi not being right up there. I expected him to really have the pace, but you never know what can go wrong here. He might have made a mistake on his lap, he might have locked up at some point. You can always go faster. So right now, Moto Jove on his out lap, starting his flying lap. Let's go off board here. Let's see what he can do. Brakes right on the white line there, lovely stuff. Hits the apex beautifully. Uses a bit of the exit curb. Turn 3. Not into the lock up into turn 4. Lovely stuff. I love this banked corner. It's amazing to drive. Quite a late apex moment. It doesn't use any of the exit curb. Tries to have as good a traction as possible. Full throttle now until turn 9. Or turn 8, I should say. Really pushing there. He goes purple in sector 1. Round turn 9 he goes. Turn 10, does he lock up? No, he doesn't. Lovely stuff. No oversteer at all here. Turn 11, does he get any oversteer on the exit here? Oh, he has to wait on the throttle. He went on it a bit too early there and backed out of it again. Has that cost him? Into 8th gear. No, he keeps it in 7th, surprisingly. That's quite surprising. And he's purple in sector 2. This is shaping up to be a beautiful lap by the Renault driver. Into 7th gear. No, he keeps it in 6th again, surprisingly. Oh, and that's invalidated his lap. That is annoying. That is really annoying. That's frustrating for Moto Jove, who comes back into the pits after... Oh, that was shaping up to be an absolutely incredible lap time. Purple in the first 2 sectors, and then invalidating his lap at the final corner nonetheless. Oh, that's got to hurt a lot for the Renault driver. And we go on board with Adam the F1 King. He's purple in sector 2 now. That is quite surprising as well. Adam the F1 King has been down in P7. Can he pull out a stellar lap here? Braking nice and late. Around turn 15 he goes. Full throttle now. Oh, this banked corner. The banked final corner at Zandvoort. A lot of work went into it. Zandvoort, one of the first Formula 1 track I've ever been to. Unfortunately, it wasn't right. I wasn't there when F1 was on, as F1 hasn't been here since a very, very long time. I think 1970s. That's the last time Formula 1 has been in Zandvoort. Lovely track this nonetheless. A lot of money gone into rebuilding it and renovating it, and you can really see the fruit of the labour here. So right now, Juicy Fruit Snacks, as UFT MFC boy, 2020 has left the session. Juicy Fruit Snacks on his out lap in P4. Last time, of course, he did cause a massive collision with one of the Alfa Romeos, I think it was. Oh, I think it was Alfie, actually. I think it was a collision with It's a Boy Alfie. Very, very unfortunate stuff. And Juicy Fruit Snacks last time, I really did blame him because it was his fault in Barcelona. That crash on the main straight after he cut the final chicane. But right now, he's showing what he can do. He's up in P4. He's set a 1 minute 9.8. He's the last person to be in the 1 minute 9s as he waits quite a bit. Is he going to hold anyone up here? I hope he doesn't. He's waiting quite a lot, actually, as he lets the Ferrari through. That explains it. Has this cost him his run around the final corner? No, he seems to be going for it. Is he coming into the pits? No, he isn't. He tries to get a bit of slipstream there. Over the line, where's the lap going to put him? He goes full throttle now. Brakes nice and late. Hits the apex beautifully. Not a tad of a lock up there. Ooh, very, very wide. That might have... I think that should have been a track limits violation, actually. That was extremely close, but lucky to get away with it. Full throttle now until turn 8. Oh, I love this curvy straight. It's an absolute phenomenal racetrack. This, not one of the boring old Tilkedromes that we've been getting used to in Formula 1 these days. And of course, Saudi Arabia also going to be on the calendar next year. I hope that doesn't turn out to be a really boring racetrack without any elevation change. Zandvoort, on the other hand, tons of elevation change here. Full throttle now under the Emirates Fly Better Bridge. Oh, he goes purple in sector 2. Lovely stuff. On the soft compound tyre, the brakes really glowing red hot. Goes very wide, uses all of the exit curve there. Full throttle now. Where's this lap time going to put him? Is it going to be a big improvement? Is it going to be pole position maybe? I'm not sure. Full throttle, and it's P2. He goes faster than Goddard and Moto Gerbe. That was purple sector 3, which explains it, as F. Goddard lets the Renault driver through beautifully there. Moto Gerbe is on a hot lap. Into 6th gear he goes. Lovely stuff. Keeps it in 7th. This is something I've noticed from Moto Gerbe. He always keeps it a gear lower. Full throttle now. Does not invalidate his lap time like it did last time. Into 8th gear. He really is holding the gearbox as he goes fastest with 1 minute 9.2. And this is the business end of qualifying here. Really fast right now. Lucas OV on his lap. Where's this going to put him? Really pushing the limits now. Turn 3 brakes really nice and late. Turn 4, a bit of a lock-up, I think that was. Does he use the curb on the exit? No, he doesn't. He tries to get as much traction as possible at the expense of mid-corner minimum speed. Full throttle now. A gear shift down into 7th, surprisingly. As he goes purple in sector 1. Lovely stuff. Round turn 10 he goes. Uses a lot of curve there. Lovely stuff. That's a car drift out wide in the 2nd sector. That's how you find the lap time. Round turn 11. Does he use the curve? No, he doesn't. As we saw Juicy Fruit Snacks use a lot of it. Lucas OV not using any. Uses a lot of curve there. It almost took lift. Wow. I was very happy with the curves. That might have damaged the car in real life, but not in the game. Full throttle now, around the final corner, into 7th gear. Ooh, he really needs to push. He really wants to see where this is going to put him. Is he going to beat his teammate? Oh, no, he isn't. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. It's a 1 minute 9.055. What a lap time. 2/10 faster than his teammate Moto Jobe. What a lap time from Lucas OV. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. As F. Goddard has retired. Wow, what has happened there? That is unlucky. What has happened there? I'm not sure. I think he's retired because he's happy with P4, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. Chris Senti 2000 coming into the pits. And I think this is your top 10. Or top 9, I should say. Wow. Quite an anticlimactic ending here. But surprising. Very surprising indeed. So right now, Luke Selby, what a lap time it was at the end. A 1 minute 9.055, so close to breaking into the 1 minute 8. Incredible stuff. Moto Joby in P2. It's a Renault 1-2, surprisingly. Both Renaults have been on the pace in the last couple of races, really showing that the Renault car works brilliantly around here. It is on equal cars, of course, so that doesn't really make a difference, but as a team, they are looking incredibly strong. Juicy Fruit Snacks turns around a pity of the last race in P3 right now. F Goddard, lovely debut weekend for him in qualifying. P4, he really needing the pace there. He only set one lap time, surprisingly. I think he retired because of a crash there. I think he tangled with someone, unfortunately. Xiltashi, a driver who I expected to be going much faster around here in the Mercedes, really had the pace in the last race at Barcelona. Doesn't really have the pace here. It's 6.5 tenths off pole position. Next comes Adam the F1 King in the Ferrari, really holding the Ferrari name high there in P6. A 1 minute 10.024. Almost a second off the pace, unfortunately, as we go into the race. This is going to be an exciting one. I genuinely can't wait for the red lights to fall. It's going to be incredibly close. And as we saw last time round in Barcelona, you really never know how the race is going to finish until the checkered flag falls. Hello and welcome to the race here in Zandvoort. In an incredible track this, and it's going to be an incredible race as well. Luke Sovi in P1, his teammate Moto Jobe in P2, as we see the predicted pit stop strategy. I think it's going to be a two-stop actually. I don't think that people will want to run the hard compound tyres. We have a few drivers who are starting on the mediums, of course. From P4 to P6, everyone's starting on the mediums. F Goddard, the highest person up the grid, starting on the medium tyres, really had the pace. He only set one lap time after colliding with another car at the end of Q3, unfortunately. Xiltashi X3, really lovely stuff last time round. What can he do this time round? Adam the F1 King had a crash in Barcelona last time. Very unfortunate. Can he make it better this time? So it's going to be an incredibly exciting race. So Renault 1-2 here with Juicy Fruit Snacks in P3. I really can't wait until the red lights, because this is just going to be incredibly exciting. Turn 1 here in Zandvoort, of course, a very sharp hairpin. So if we might see a few drivers go for the audacious dive or two, which really never ends well here when there's a hairpin. It's very similar to Spa-Francorchamps, where if someone goes for a dive bomb in the wrong position, especially turn 1 on lap 1, it's just going to be absolute chaos. But we love chaos, don't we? We love it when there's a bit of spice in a race. We just can't wait for things to start to get exciting. So, right now, Luke Sovi in P1, Moto Jobe 99 in P2, Juicy Fruit Snacks in P3, Goddard in P4, Xiltashi in P5, Adam the F1 King in P6. This is going to be an incredibly exciting race, as we have... Do we have the 5 red lights yet? We've got to wait quite a bit. 5 red lights. And away we go here in Zandvoort. Lucas Ovi gets a lovely start, so does Moto Jobe, who's going to get the run down into turn 1. And I think Moto Jobe, they're side by side, both the Renaults, they're really close together. Who's going to take the lead? I think Moto Jobe has dropped down into P2. I think Lucas Ovi has kept the lead there as down goes the Red Bull. He tries to make the move on F Goddard there, didn't make it stick unfortunately. The Red Bull is very, very close behind F Goddard. Who's going to make it stick? Is he going to go for the move? No, he isn't. He decides to back out of that. Clever stuff. Kimi getting a lovely start. He jumps both Adam the F1 King and the Red Bull. So right now, Juicy Fruit Snacks right on the back of Moto Jobe. Is he going to go for the move into turn 12? He's right up behind him. He's got to go for the dive, doesn't he? Oh, he decides better to stick behind and wait for a better opportunity. A bit of a lock up there from both Siltash in the Mercedes and F Goddard in the Alfa Romeo. So right now, Lucas Ovi kept the lead after lap 1. Moto Jobe kept second place. Juicy Fruit Snacks kept third and Goddard kept fourth. Kimi jumps up into P5 after overtaking Siltashi and Adam the F1 King. Lucas Ovi, of course, that's the fastest lap as he's leading in lap 1. Extremely exciting stuff. But top 4 covered by less than 2 seconds. Incredible. As Kimi is side by side with Siltashi, is Siltashi going to go for the move? Oh, they're extremely close. Siltashi, is going to have the run into turn 8? Is he going to be close enough? No, I don't think he is. He is gaining a lot though, isn't he? Oh, he's on the inside into turn 9. Oh, that was close. That was extremely close. Into turn 10, there you go. Lovely stuff. So, this has been quite a clean start, surprisingly. We haven't seen a lot of cars have massive runabouts, as unfortunately we have It's a Boy Alfie and a Red Bull down there. As here goes Siltashi round the outside of turn 14 I should say. Is he going to make it stick? He's on the inside into turn 15. It's going to be close. They're side by side and Siltashi gets past into turn 15. A lovely move by the Mercedes driver. Incredible stuff. Moto Jobe closing up to his teammate now. Is Kimi going to go for the move into T1? Oh, he thinks better of it. Takes a wider line to get a better exit. And turn 2, there you go. This is quite a close battle here. Ooh, a bit of a lock-up from Siltashi in the Mercedes. That's just going to be inviting Kimi to try and stick with him. Siltashi, of course, on the medium compound tyre compared to Kimi on the soft. So Kimi's tyre should be starting to wear. He's done around 5 laps on them, I would say. Oh, and that's a spin from Kimi. That's a massive spin from Kimi. He just got on the gravel and he gets back on track. Oh, lucky that we've got ghosting on there. That spin from Kimi, extremely unfortunate. Just got onto the gravel on the exit of turn 9, on the entry to turn 9, I should say. Really, really unfortunate. Really unfortunate for him. He was looking extremely strong up there in P6. But right now, our leader, Lucas Ovi, almost a second off Moto Jobe 99. 8 and a bit tenths the gap, with Juicy Fruit Snacks a whole 1.5 seconds behind. Goddard really trying to stick behind. He's got DRS now. He's just waiting to use those medium compound tyres. I think F Goddard is going to try and stay out as long as possible, as I think that's a spin for Astro Bello. Oh, those are ghost cards. That explains it. I think, as I was saying, F Goddard should try and stay out as long as possible. Just keep out of traffic. Keep out of getting into any sorts of trouble, any sort of contact with other cars. He just needs to try and avoid any sort of calamity. And if he can keep these medium tyres on until, let's say, there's a safety car, as there's a virtual safety car right now, incredible. Oh, what's that for? Where has there been a crash? I think it's just a random virtual safety car. I didn't see any yellow flags. We did have Kimi retiring, but I don't think he crashed out, did he? I think he just retired. I'm not sure, I might be wrong there, you know. Anyway, we've got a virtual safety car, so the gaps should be neutralised. Is anyone going to think of pitting? Lucas OVE maybe? Is he going to decide to head into the pit lane? No, they don't. Both Renaults decide to stay out. Juicy Fruit Snacks pits. Juicy Fruit Snacks pits. For what tyre is it going to pit? What tyre? Is it going to be on a set of softs or mediums? He goes on to the medium, so I think this is a definite 2-stop for Juicy Fruit Snacks. So right now, F. Goddard, incredible. He is on the medium tyre, and he's in P3 on his debut. What a debut weekend for Goddard. Incredible stuff, and he's really pushing hard. He's 4.9 seconds behind Moto Jobe, and he really needs to just try and push and close the gap now. 4.8. F. Goddard really seems to have the pace here on the medium compound tyre as well. They should have been around 0.8 of a second the difference between the soft and the mediums here. Exciting. Moto Jobe, 4/10 the gap between him and Lucas Ovi. I think Lucas Ovi got an awful restart if that's the case, because he's really close. He's going to use as much overtake as possible. I presume he should have DRS as well if it's enabled. I think it should be. Yes, it is. Braking nice and late, 3/10 the gap. Oh, he's just waiting. He's just biding his time. Oh, and that's a little bit of oversteer. Mid-corner, lift-off oversteer for Lucas Ovi there in the middle of it, turn 1. Takes a very wide line, doesn't he? Trying to get a good exit. Moto Jobe, 4/10 the gap, really close behind his teammate. Are they going to have some team games here to try and just let Moto Jobe get away? Just try to build the gap to F. Goddard, who does seem to have a lot of pace here. Saying that though, the gap has grown to 5.3 seconds. Moto Jobe right up behind his teammate. I think he's just waiting. If this were real life, he would be on the radio screaming at Cyril Abiteboul to try and let him overtake his teammate. Round turn 15 they go. Full throttle now. Is he going to make it 6? 5/10 the gap. He has DRS. He is going to use as much overtake mode as possible. The gap is coming down ever so slightly. 3/10. Oh, but he isn't close enough, is he? Oh, that is extremely unfortunate. He's probably going to have to wait another lap until he can make another challenge. As we've got yellow flags in Sector 1. Where has this happened? I think it's into Boy Alfie. I think it's a Boy Alfie who's spun. Very unfortunate for him. Lost his wing as well, and it's a safety car. Safety car is out. Oh, this has thrown a complete span in the works. So both Renaults should pit right now, shouldn't they? As Moto Jobe gets a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Itaboy Alfie. What is going on here? As he made contact with the spun car. Oh, that is extremely unfortunate for him. And Itaboy Alfie also seems to have a penalty. Oh, these safety guys have thrown a complete and utter span in the works here, you know? Because Lucas Ovi is probably going to pit. Moto Jobe also is going to pit. That would release Goddard into the lead of this race on the medium compound tyre, and it isn't even such a big gap. It's just 7 laps, the difference between the tyres. That shouldn't be such a big difference, should it? So Lucas Ovi rounds the final corner. Is he going to pit? He should, shouldn't he? I presume he is. Yes, Lucas Ovi pits. What does Moto Jobe do? Moto Jobe also deciding to come into the pit lane. And Goddard stays out as predicted, yes. On the medium compound tyre, he has inherited the lead over both Renaults. And this might have cost Renault the win here, you know. Because if there's another safety car in a few laps time, and that safety car might play perfectly into Goddard's hands, so that he can pit exactly when those medium tyres start falling away. Let's have a check who has pit. Lucas Ovi, the first person to have pit, he's in P2, still P2 surprisingly. And Moto Jobe all the way down in P8. Oh, that pit stop has cost him a lot of time, and I think the 5-second time penalty hasn't helped at all. So right now Frankie Dog is in P3, so it's Goddard, Lucas, and then Frankie. but you need to consider that. So wait. I just noticed Lucas Ovi has stopped for another set of soft compound tyres. Ooh, so that means that he's going for a 2-stop as well. Okay. This is just getting more and more interesting by the second. We're seeing so many new developments every single lap. There's a big train of ghosted cars between Siltashi and Lucas Ovi. I think Frankie and Yoti MCFC boy, they are both ghost cars. I'm not sure if Maniac is also a ghost car. Yes, he is. Oh, and oh no, Goddard's made a mistake. He's got wing damage and he's got to pit. Oh no. What has happened there? I think he's done a George Russell. That is extremely unfortunate for him. He's got to pit. He's got to put on a new set of soft compound tyres and a new wing. Oh, that is extremely unfortunate for Goddard there. That is very, very unfortunate. That's dropped him down into P11 behind Moto Jobe. So this race, it's getting more interesting by the minute here. Lucas Ovi leads. He has stopped. He is in the box seat for the win here. If he can just keep his wing clean, if he can keep his car in perfect nick, he will win this race for sure, isn't he? His closest competitor, Moto Jobe 99, has also pit, but he is down in P7. A very, very long wait behind his teammate after getting a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Alfie, who spun in Sector 1. Very unfortunate. Safety car should be coming in this lap, I hope, just to free up the pack and let everyone catch up again. Oh, this is going to be quite exciting. I think there's some kind of problem with the timing screen, unfortunately. It's going crazy for a second there. As Juicy Fruit Snacks and Giroux both get penalties. Wow. 5-second time penalties for both of them. Very unfortunate. So here, Lucas Ovi should be getting back on the throttle in the next few seconds here. The safety car is not in this lap, is it? Why is that? Why is the safety car still not in? That's really unfortunate. So that means that the safety car will come in at the end of this lap, hopefully. I really hope it does. There is nothing on track. We just want the racing to get back underway. No point wasting it the whole time. So right now, a driver who I feel very sorry for is Goddard. He had been leading the race. He was looking incredibly good on the medium compound tyre, and then he got a wing damage on the exit of turn 15 at the start of the main straight. Extremely unfortunate for him, which made him have to. It forced him to pit and replace that front wing, and he is down there in P10. He will still be scoring points on his debut, so that does seem good. Dolger 16, his teammate, also looking incredibly good in P6, ahead of Siltashi, who's on the medium compound tyre. Siltashi really not looking that comfortable around here in Zandvoort. He might just be incredibly good around Barcelona, but around here in the Netherlands, he just hasn't had the type of dominance we've seen in the wet weather conditions. Getting very, very close to the Alfa Romeo there. Safety car in this lap, race control, lovely stuff. That is really good news, which means that the safety car should be coming in this lap, and it also means that Lucas Ovi has got to slow the pack down. He's got to create a gap to the safety car so that he can floor it and not catch up to it before the safety car line 1. As this safety car restart's going to fare, around turn 15 he goes. When's he going to floor it? He's still waiting. Just warming up his front tyres a bit, and he goes for it. He goes full throttle, and that has caught a few people out for sure. Full throttle as we see one of the Alfa Romeos in the background on the inside of the Ferrari, and here goes Moto Jobe into P3. Oh, around the back there, F Goddard right behind this group of cars here. Adam the F1 King, is he going to go around the outside of Astrobello? No, he isn't. F Goddard goes round the outside of Adam. Is he going to make it stick? No, he isn't. Astrobello goes side by side with Adam the F1 King. F Goddard, oh, and that's contact with him and the rebel of Giroud. Adam really trying to find anywhere past Astrobello in the Haas car. Oh, here goes Adam the F1 King. What a dive! That came out of nowhere. Incredible racing, that. What a dive from the Alfa Romeo driver. Incredible stuff, that. Wow. That was incredibly exciting. Is Juicy Fruit Snack going to go for the move? Yes, he is. He dives down the inside. They make contact. That was quite the forceful move from the McLaren driver. But Goddard pushes him out wide and gives him a bit of his own medicine. And that's Juicy Fruit Snack forcing Adam the F1 King off track. That is not good. And Adam the F1 King forces Giroud off track. I mean, both drivers, unfortunate, extremely unfortunate there. But Juicy Fruit Snack should not have pushed his way past Goddard there, and he should not have closed the door on Adam the F1 King that late. I'm sorry, but that is a bit of dodgy driving again from our man, the guy who took out his rival in Barcelona last time round. Extremely unfortunate. Does Adam the F1 King have damage because of it? No, he doesn't. Giroud's right behind him. Is Giroud going to go for the move here? Juicy Fruit Snack getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I think the first penalty for warnings that we've seen this time round. F Goddard really pushing now, trying to catch up to Xiltashi in the Mercedes, who is getting held up quite a bit by his teammate. Are they going to go for a move? Here goes Xiltashi. Here goes Dolja on the Xursa 2000. Lovely move, that. Incredible stuff. Xiltashi waiting, biding his time, just waiting to get past the Ferrari driver. Lucas Ovi set a 1 minute 11.9 to go fastest. He's using a lot of overtake. Xiltashi, is he going to go for the dive into turn 1? Yes, he is. Of course he is. No, he isn't. Why isn't he? He should have gone for the move. Oh, that's cost him a lot of time, and it's put Goddard right up his chuff. Wow. Juicy Fruit Snack's another 3-second time penalty. That's 6 seconds worth of penalties already. As F Goddard is right up behind Xiltashi. Goddard is, of course, on a new set of soft tyres. He will have to make another stop for sure. I'm 100% sure he won't make it to the end of this race. As he tries to get past... Oh, that was extremely close there. He tries to get past Xiltashi at some point. Round turn 10 they go. Round turn 9 they go, I should say. Sorry about that. As we've got a yellow flag in sector 1, and that's it to boy Alfie. He's made a mistake in turn 8. Round turn 11. F Goddard is quite close, but Xiltashi is closer to Xurtos NT2000. Is he going to go for the move? Yes, he is. That's a lock-up, and that's through. And that's put Xurtos NT2000 back behind the Mercedes driver of Xiltashi. Here goes F Goddard. Oh, he backs out of it at the last second. He's going to have quite the run on the Ferrari driver, but Juicy Fruit Snacks is also going to have a run on him. He's waiting in the slipstream, just trying to get as much of an overspeed as possible. Does he go for the dive into turn 1? No, he doesn't, but here goes Juicy Fruit Snacks round the outside of turn 1. He goes off track, and that's him out. That's him out. That is Juicy Fruit Snacks going off track. Tried to go around the outside, and F Goddard said, no, you can't go around there. Incredible defending, but a bit over ambitious by Juicy Fruit Snacks, I'd say. It would have been a lovely move if he would have pulled it off, but it kind of reminds me of Charles Leclerc being on the outside of turn 3, I should say, in Austria 2019. A bit of a similar move, that, as F Goddard just waiting to get past Xurtos. A bit of a lock-up from the Ferrari driver. Here goes F Goddard. Is he going to use any overtake button here? Yes, he is. Is he going to go for the dive? No, he isn't. Bit of a lock-up from our man. And that's a yellow flag in sector 2. I think that's Astrobello in the Haas. Unfortunate for him. And here is F Goddard. He needs to try and use as much overtake mode as possible. He has a lot of DRS. He has a lot of slipstream. How fast is he going to be able to get past the Ferrari? He goes for the dive. Yes, he makes it stick. Does he? Yes, he does. Incredible move by the Alfa Romeo driver. so he's right up behind Siltashi. The driver got P2 around Barcelona as he locks up, and so did Siltashi. Both drivers following each other's footsteps there. F. Goddard really trying to push. He is on a charge right now from P10 all the way up into P5, and he's not stopped yet. F. Goddard now pushing as hard as he can, trying to catch up to the Mercedes driver with Siltashi X3. Dolger, F. Goddard's teammate, in P3. Incredible stuff from the debutante. Lovely. But everyone from P3 downwards, over 10 seconds off the lead. Incredible stuff that Lucas Ov is showing here. He did pit for the soft compound tyre, and he's really showing the pace he has. Incredible. He's over 4 seconds off his teammate. Incredible. But his teammate is on the hard, so Moto Jobe is probably going to try and get it to the end of the race. If he can make that stick, incredible stuff. F. Goddard, another lock-up from F. Goddard as he tries to get as close as possible to Siltashi X3. He's doing a lot of overtake there. Oh, he's almost out of battery, unfortunately. Another lock-up into turn 4. Both Siltashi and F. Goddard trying to catch up to Dolger 16 in the Alfa Romeo. I think Siltashi is going to have quite the harder time getting past Dolger than Goddard is going to have, considering that they're teammates. But as we saw with the Renaults, teammates don't always have to give each other lots of room. So this could go anyone's way here. Yeah, Siltashi has a lot more pace than Dolger, and he's showing it, uses DRS here as he tries to get past. Is he going to make a move into turn 12? No, he thinks better of it. Sticks behind, and he's probably trying to get past into turn 1. Just for that's another 3-second time penalty from GT Freestyle. Stupid stuff that. Why is he getting so many penalties? Full throttle now. Is F. Goddard close enough to make a move? No, I don't think he is. Here goes Siltashi. Is he close enough? Oh no, F. Goddard's very close to Siltashi. He's on the inside of Siltashi, and he goes down the inside of Siltashi, and they're incredibly close, and Siltashi stays ahead. Wow, that was incredible racing from both drivers, giving each other just about enough room. Wow. Simply incredible, wow. Has he got another virtual safety car? That's interesting. We did see quite a bit of contact at the start of the third sector, especially Jussi Fuchsnack, considering he DNF'd. I think he made contact with his teammate at some point, I'm not sure. So this virtual safety car has kind of calmed things down quite a bit here. Dolger just waiting, trying to keep his tyres alive, still ahead of both of these drivers. And Astrovella's got another time penalty. He's got a drive-through this time for speeding under VSC. That's unfortunate for him. And here goes F. Goddard on the inside of Siltashi, and he spun. They make contact, and F. Goddard has had a half spin. That is unfortunate for him. They just met in the middle of turn 12 there. Very, very unfortunate for both drivers. But I think that's a racing incident. Extremely unfortunate there. He was on the inside. Siltashi did turn in a bit there, but I think that was just an extremely unlucky incident there. Siltashi turned in a bit early, I'd say, but F. Goddard did go for quite the late move, and I don't think Siltashi was expecting it, especially considering that it was at the end of a VSC. And that has broken up the gaps quite a bit here, but F. Goddard is catching up quite rapidly again. He is running the soft compound tyre, of course, after having stopped on lap 7. Lucas Ov, though, what a drive from our man Lucas Ov in the Renault. Incredible stuff. In P1, 5.3 seconds ahead of his teammate. That's just a statement from him. Wow. That is incredibly exciting, but he still needs to keep building the gap. He still needs to try and push on, because he wants to build the gap so that it's big enough so that he can finish his race on another set of tyres. I think he's got to go on either mediums or hards, depending on what he chooses or when he pits, because he's already run 2 sets of soft, and he's got to run at least 2 different tyre compounds, as Jussi Fuchsnack has left the session. As F. Goddard has gotten past Siltashi, who has pits. Siltashi pitting. What tyres are he going on to? He's going on to another set of soft compound tyres. Oh, onto a set of soft compound tyres, I should say. This being his first set of softs that he's going on to. So right now, it's a Renault 1-2 and it's a Alfa Romeo 3-4. Wow, that is on it. I don't think I would have expected that coming into this weekend, but it's a pleasant surprise, isn't it? F Goddard really catching up to his teammate quite a bit there. The driver behind Xuritos NT2000 is on the hard compound tire, so he should also try and get it to the end. I'm not sure if he'll make it, but if he does, that's going to be incredible. So F Goddard almost 16 seconds off Lucas Ovi there. Really had the pace to fight for the top 3 positions. But right now I think he's got to settle for 3rd place if he can make a move on his teammate. As he goes into the pits, F Goddard has come into the pits and he just about got into the pits without speeding, and he goes for another set of on another set of medium compound tyres. Quite clever that. I think he's got his men to change his front wing a bit as well. As it leaves the pits in P6. Is he going to try and stick it to the end here? And does he come out ahead of Siltashi? Yes, he does. He gets out ahead of Siltashi X3. That is an overcut from F Goddard, and it has worked. So Siltashi, of course, had to get past it to Boyalfi at some point, and that's just let F Goddard get ahead. So they've basically traded positions and traded tyre compounds. So right now, Siltashi should have better pace than Goddard, and Goddard should have fresher tyres by 1 lap. Siltashi really needs to try and get a move made on F Goddard as soon as possible, and that's a bit wide in turn 11 for F Goddard. Is that going to let Siltashi get ahead? No, it isn't. Siltashi decides to stay behind and try and make the move into turn 1. That is just going to secure his position, considering that it's very difficult to make an under and over, a switchback move as it's called, in turn 1, because of its nature as a hairpin. Using a lot of overtake button right now. Full throttle. That's a big bit of overspeed there. And F Goddard defends. He's on the inside. Siltashi going around the outside. What a move by the Mercedes driver, getting around the outside of the Alfa Romeo. Lovely move from Siltashi there. Very unfortunate for F Goddard. He did get ahead after the pit stop, but he's got the longevity now. He's got the tyres. And I am 100% sure Siltashi will not make it 15 laps on a set of soft compound tyres. I highly doubt it. So right now, F Goddard looking stronger, considering that he is on the mediums. And we still have quite a few people who need to make pit stops. So right now, Lucas Ovi has pit. Lucas Ovi has pit last time round. I'm sorry for not seeing that. We were too busy looking at the fight between Siltashi and Siltashi, sorry. Siltashi and F Goddard. That's what I wanted to say. Lucas Ovi has pit. He set another fast lap of the race, and he's just 6 seconds off Moto Jobe. Now this is going to be interesting. With around 14 laps to go, is Lucas Ovi going to be able to find 6 seconds? Oh, and that's quite a bit of moving there between these two drivers. Siltashi staying ahead of F Goddard, I should say, as they both take very wide lines into turn 4. As I was saying, Lucas Ovi has to find 6.5 seconds in 14 laps. Is he going to make it? He's got fresher tyres, he's got softer tyres, and I think he should make it if there isn't another safety car. So right now, I expect Doja 16, Shuru and Siltashi all to make another pit stop. The drivers who I don't think will make another pit stop are Xuritos NT2000, Lucas Ovi, F Goddard and Moto Jobe. I think Moto might have to make a pit stop right at the end if there's a safety car, but otherwise it's better for him to just stay out there. But considering that, if he makes a pit stop, he should get back into P2. as Siltashi goes into the pits. Did he get any wing damage? Is he changing his wing? No, he isn't. He's just changing his tyres. That is extremely surprising from Siltashi there. Wow. That is very, very surprising. As even Juru gets ahead of Siltashi. Wow. That is extremely unexpected. That was extremely unexpected. He didn't even change his wing. What was going on there? Not sure. That has freed Goddard up to chase Xurtos 2000, who's on 12 laps older tyres and a compound harder. Xurtos on the hard compound tyre, F Goddard on the medium compound tyre. 2 laps he's done. He's really pushing now. He needs to try and close the gap of around 6 seconds. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2, and I think that is that Xurtos? No, that's Giroux. He's made some sort of mistake, and that's a big spin. I think that's yeah, that's extremely unfortunate for him. On the entry to turn 11, or on the exit of turn 12, on the exit of turn 10, I should say. Extremely unfortunate for him. He was ahead of Siltashi at one point, and Siltashi does have a penalty. So I think Siltashi has made contact with Giroux, and it's a safety car. It's a safety car. That has thrown another spanner in the works right now. Goddard pit 2 laps ago, so he is looking incredibly handy here. Is Moto Jobe going to pit at the end of this lap? He should, shouldn't he? I think he should pit for a set of medium compound tyres. Yeah, that's what he should do. Siltashi's also pit. I think he made contact with Giroux, and that's what caused him to spin, considering that Siltashi had a penalty before making the pit stop. And here goes Moto Jobe, our race leader, into the pit lane. I suspect he should go on to the medium compound tyre. No, it's a soft. He's going on to the softs. 9 laps. Oh, maybe it should work. 7 laps on the soft compound tyre, if you factor in the safety car taking around 2 laps still to come in. That's a very good decision from Moto Jobe, as Lucas OV has also pit, surprisingly. Okay, so Lucas OV also electing to pit. He's also taking tyres ahead. He's also taking tyres in front of track position, so he thinks that it's better for him to stay on the attack than to stay on the defence. The guy who hasn't pit though, F Goddard, who is in P3, his first ever race in the ERS F1 League, and he's in P3. He's got himself a podium if he can keep it. Dolger 15 in the Alfa Romeo, he's also pit. He's on the medium compound tyres right now, and he's come out ahead of Adam the F1 King. So right now it's a Renault 1-2 and an Alfa Romeo 3-4. Wow. Unfortunately, the field is spread out quite a bit as Astrobello gets another 3-second time penalty. He's gotten quite a few, hasn't he? Siltashi gets past Giroux. No clue what's going on there. Giroux coming in for another pit stop. That's what's going on. So the top 4 drivers already queued up behind the safety car. We need to wait for all the other drivers to queue up as well. That shouldn't take quite a long time. I think 1 more lap and the safety car should be in. I really hope that's the case. F Goddard weaving around to try and keep the temperature in his tyres, trying to keep the front tyres in perfect condition for the restart. Moto Jobe playing it really cool here. He's led every single race this season, at least once, and he really does have the pace to win. He has been out-qualified by Lucas OV at the start of this weekend, but he's shown his race pace to be absolutely impeccable. It's been an incredible drive from both Renault drivers, and Moto Jobe 99 has the lead right now. But it's been incredibly close between both the Renaults. Pace-wise, it's just been incredibly tight. the difference in speed was very, very, very small, and you can clearly see that considering that they were so close even after 25 laps of pure adrenaline-packed racing. I really hope the safety car comes in this lap. That should give us around 10 laps of hard, fast racing at the end of this race. It should be some sort of sprint race like we've seen in F2 very often this year. Just hoping that the message flashes up on our screen, which it unfortunately doesn't. That means that the safety car is going to stay out for another whole lap. Ah, God. But that should allow Giroux to catch back up to the safety car pack. So right now, let's have a look at the penalty status. Astrobello still needs to serve a drive-through penalty. What is that for? He's gotten a lot of penalties this race, and he's a whole lap behind. This has been an incredible race so far. 27 laps worth of racing. And at lap 27, we've now got Moto Jobe in the lead, with Lucas Ov in the Renault in P2, Goddard in P3, Dolger 16 in P4, Adam in P5, Sosos in P6, Maniac Boy in P7, It's a Boy Alfie in P8, URT CFC Boy in P9, Will in P10, Frankie Dog in P11, Siltashi, he was running extremely high for most of the race, down in P12 after making contact, I presume, with Giroux in P13. Astrobello last. He's got a drive-through penalty. It really hasn't been a good race for him. Awful stuff. Anyway, I really hope the safety car comes in at the end of this lap. He still has the lights on, which is unfortunate. Oh, quite a bit of lag there. Yeah, safety car in this lap. That is brilliant news, and all the drivers are going to love it. All drivers except Moto Jobe, who would have wanted this race to finish on the safety car if it could have. That would have been incredible for him. So right now, when's he going to push? When's he going to start pushing? Oh, and that's a lot of lag for Moto Jobe. When's he going to floor it? I think he's waiting still. Yes, he's waiting. Oh, and that's a lot of lag. And it's green flag running. Here goes the Alfa Romeo. Oh, and Adam and F Goddard's getting swallowed up quite a bit. And there's Adam the F-Bunking on the inside. F Goddard stays in P3. And there's yellow flags in sector 1, 2 and 3. F Goddard in P3, Dolge in P4, Adam the F-Bunking in P5, Moto Jobe in P1 and Luke Jovi in P2. What was going on there? F Goddard got a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Ooh, that might come back to bite him. What was going on there? That was incredibly odd. He's got to defend from Adam the F-Bunking now, and Frankie Dog's also got a 10th place grid penalty. A 5-second time penalty. As Moto Jobe's left the session. Moto Jobe has left the session. That has promoted Lucas OV into P1 and F Goddard into P2. What is going on here? This is such an odd race. So F Goddard's got 10 laps-ish, 8 laps left actually, to try and build a 5-second gap to Adam the F-Bunking, and looking up like that is not going to help. That is really unfortunate for him. Wow. He's got a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. That's extremely odd. Wow. I've never seen that happen before, just getting a random penalty. As Lucas Ovi sets the fastest lap of the race. Oh, what, 1 minute 11.8. Incredible stuff. Purple lap that. He gets ahead of Moto Jobe, does he? Yes, he does. F Goddard, he's got a 2-second interval to his teammate Dolger, who's got up into P3. Adam the F-Bunking has dropped down to P5 after It's a Boy Alfie got past him as well. It's a Boy Alfie, a really, really quiet race for him, and he's found himself up in P4. Incredible. So right now, F Goddard ahead of Dolger. I'm not sure how far ahead, because there's some sort of glitch with the timing display. 1, 2, 3. I think it's around 3 seconds, if you know what I did there. Just take a reference point where F Goddard is, and then start counting until you know, until Doja passes the exact same spot. That's a rough estimate of how close the gaps are, how far away the drivers are from each other. F Goddard really needs to try and push. He needs to try and build a gap of at least 5 seconds to Doja and anyone behind, and it seems to be working. So Luke Sylvie in P1, he's been gifted P1 and he sets another fastest lap of the race, a 1 minute 11.246. Wow, I think this is going to be Luke Sylvie's first ever race win here, with F Goddard getting his first podium if he can keep the gap at least 5 seconds between him and Doja. It's 2.7 seconds right now, and that double lockup is not going to help. He's got to push on, he's got to try and build the gap as fast as possible. He's got 6 laps left. Is he going to be able to do this? 2.8 seconds to gap. This is actually, I think, going to be quite the close battle here. It's a Boyafi right up behind Doja. As Moto Jobe has left the session again, what is going on with the, Moto Jobe? I feel extremely sorry for him. His internet just doesn't seem to be working properly. It's a Boyafi, 3/10 off Doja. Doja just needs to try and keep him behind for as long as possible to try and help his teammate. Doja, of course, on the medium compound tyre. It's a Boyafi on the soft. Is he going to go for the move here? No, he isn't. He decides to stay behind. He's got to try and go for the move into T1. With Adam the Funking into P5, still flashing into P6. Is he going to go for the move? Still flashing? No, he isn't. He's on the hard compound tyre for some reason. Extremely odd that. Didn't expect him to be on the hards. It's a Boyafi. Is he going to get past Doja here? He's quite close, 5/10 to gap, but I don't think he's close enough to get past. Siltashi gets past Adam the Funking, does he? Oh, it's extremely close. They make contact. Do they? Adam the Funking keeps P7, oh, P6 I should say. And yeah, that was extremely close. That was very odd. And I would, if I were race control, I would somehow get my men to get rid of the sign over turn 3, because that's extremely annoying. So F Goddard is now 4 seconds ahead of Doja. He's got 5 laps to make up another second. Ooh, I think F Goddard might have it in the bag here, you know, if he can just keep it clean and keep his nose out of any trouble and build the gap, which he is doing right now, 4.2 seconds. It's a Boyafi right up behind Doja in the Alfa Romeo, just waiting to go for the move. Oh, this is a much better exit this time round. Into turn 15, round the outside. Is he going to make a stick? No, he thinks better of it. He cuts back into the inside, takes a lot of slipstream. And is he going to get past on the straight? Yeah, I think he is. He's got DRS as well. So does Siltashi on Adam the F1 King. Here goes It's a Boyafi. He stays behind. Siltashi tries to go around the outside of Adam the F1 King. Does he make it stick? Yes, he does. He's on the outside of T2. Yes, he makes it stick. What a move by Siltashi. Here goes Adam the F1 King. They've made contact and Adam spun. Adam has spun. Oh, that's an awful end to the race for him. Adam has spun after making contact with Siltashi. That is extremely unfortunate, that. Wow. Yeah, as I said before, turn 2, it just doesn't work to get 2 cars side by side into turn 2 and turn 3, and that's another, yeah, that's just unfortunate for him. He's just a bit angry, isn't he, Adam the F1 King. So, F Goddard really does not need this to become a safety car if Adam crashes out. Oh, that was extremely unfortunate. Whose fault was that? Siltashi and Adam both side by side into turn 3. Siltashi just cutting back into turn 4. What? Whose fault was that? Ooh, and that's a spin for Giroud. That's a spin for Giroud as well. He's lost his wing. He's got to pit for sure. Extremely unfortunate, that. Wow. Seeing a lot of spins at the moment. Personally, I think it was a racing incident as well. Safety car again. It's another safety car after Giroud's crash. And this is awful for F Goddard. He had built the gap up to 8 seconds, and he's got a drive-through penalty for speeding on the safety car. Oh, that's extremely unfortunate. He was looking so strong, and now he's got a drive-through as well. Oh no, that is very unfortunate. Safety car conditions just catching him out there. Wow. Lucas OV here, still ahead of F. Goddard. I've got no clue what this race is turning into. With 3 laps to go, is it going to finish under safety car? There might be 1 lap of green flag racing left. That is very, very unfortunate for F. Goddard. He has been in P2, or P3 I should say, before Moto Jobe's unfortunate exit from the race. He's been in the podium positions for a big part of the race. He had the pace as well. As Lucas Ov decides to go into the pits. Lucas Ov, after thinking about it quite a bit, decides to go into the pits. And F. Goddard, is he going to service drive-through? No, he isn't. F. Goddard decides to not service drive-through. Does he have a drive-through? I'm not sure. Sometimes race control can lie. But let's have a check. Did he get it? Yeah, it does say drive-through for F. Goddard. That's extremely unfortunate. He's got the race lead right now. He's got a 5-second time penalty as well. And he's got a drive-through. That's very unfortunate. Wow. Let's have a check at penalties. Yeah, it says drive-through, clearly. He's been disqualified from the session for ignoring yellow flags. What? Wait. Lucas Ov has also been disqualified from the session. Wait. This race is a bit odd. This race is very odd. I think there's some sort of glitch here, you know. Because I was spectating F. Goddard and Lucas Ov for the entirety of that safety car. And they never did anything wrong. That's the race win being brutally taken away from either one of those drivers. Wow. That is extremely unfortunate. But it means that It's a Boy Alfie is in the lead with Dolja in P2 and Siltashi of all people in P3. Wow. I've got no clue what's going on with F. Goddard and Lucas Ov. It's very odd, this game. It just sometimes forgets what it is. As here goes It's a Boy Alfie. He has the race lead. This could be his first and maybe his only win in F1. When's he going to floor it? He floors it now. Lovely stuff. He goes full throttle. And Siltashi is right up beside Dolja. He goes round the outside of Dolja. Does he make it stick? Yes, he does. He's round the outside. Does he get past? He gets into the lead. Siltashi. What a move by Siltashi. He goes round the outside of turn 1 like we've seen him do so often. And he takes the lead. What a move by the man. Siltashi 2000 now right behind Dolja. And he's trying to go round the outside of turn 6. Turn 7 maybe? No, he's a bit too far back there. Oh, that is extremely close in the background. All lapped cars, unfortunately. Something is odd with this game. This game is just going crazy right now. Siltashi there has the race lead. Is he going to be able to convert this into a win with 2 laps to go? It's a Boy Alfie right up behind him. Dolja, the Alfa Romeo in P3. Oh, is he going to make the move stick here? On the inside of turn 12. Oh, they both brake late, and that's contact between them. Dolja has to cut the corner a bit to try and avoid spinning, and he decides to stick behind. Lovely, fair play racing from both of them there. Contact on the apex of turn 12 was, I think, a bit inevitable, considering the spin that we saw from a car on lap 13, was it? I'm not sure. We saw a spin in turn 12. At the start of this race, and it was clever. Oh, and that's contact, and Certus NT2000 has sent Dolja into half spin there. Stupid stuff from Certus NT2000. He should be letting Dolja through again. I think Certus NT2000 should let Dolja through again. I would say this might go to the stewards again here. Certus NT2000 might be getting a post-race penalty for that, because he hit Dolja from behind, and that slowed Dolja down, and that's why Sotos got into the lead, got ahead, sorry. Yeah, I think this is probably going to go to the post-race stewards here. We're going to clip it and send it to our stewards, so that they can analyse it and tell us the result. Because I think Sotos needs to give the position back. If he doesn't give it back at the end of this lap, then it should be a penalty. But Siltashi, on the hard compound tyres, in the Mercedes car, what a race this has been for him. He's had so many troublesome moments, but he's come home to win the Dutch Grand Prix here in Zandvoort with Itaboy Alfie in P2 and Xurtos NT 2000 in P3. What a podium. Dolger in P4. I think they'll swap positions if the post-race stewards have anything to say there. What a race this has been. Lucas OVE, Moto Jobe 99 and F Goddard, all three of those drivers getting their podium being taken away from them brutally. I mean, this game can't even get a podium correct. Why did they have to kick Moto Jobe out of the session? Why did the game have to kick Lucas OVE out of the session? Now, why did they have to disqualify Lucas OVE and F Goddard? It's just incredibly stupid, this game, and it's very unfortunate, especially when league racing. We're trying to do this professionally. We're trying to do this as good as we can so that we can give you entertainment and entertain ourselves. But if this game just decides to mess around with the results like that, it's extremely unfortunate. We do know that EA Sports might buy out Codemasters here, and if they do, I really hope they at least try and make the game's multiplayer system better, because it's extremely unfortunate that drivers get disqualified for no reason whatsoever. Moto Jobe in P11, extremely unfortunate for him. URT MCFC boy, odd name that, very odd name, a very odd pose as well, gets driver of the day. I'm not sure if that's deserved. I would say F Goddard deserved driver of the day, in my opinion. In my very humble opinion, I think F Goddard deserved the driver of the day completely, considering this was his debut weekend and he was on the podium positions until the podium was taken away from him quite brutally from the game. Also, feel very sorry for both Renault drivers. They drove absolutely incredibly today, and it's just very unfortunate, this game. But Xurtashi wins this race. Incredible stuff. Itaboy Alfie in P2 and Xurtos NT 2000 in P3. I think it should have been Dolge in P3. That might go to the stewards, as I said. But that's it. That's our race, and we really hope you enjoyed it. Xurtashi winning, of course. Itaboy Alfie in P2. Dolge, Xurtos NT 2000, that might swap around, you never know. URT MCFC boy in P5, Manic boy in P6, Will in P7, Frankie in P8, Giroux in P9, Astrabella in P10. Moto Jobe, last of the finishers. Very unfortunate for him, getting kicked out of the lobby because of the game. Very, very unfortunate. Adam the F1 King did have that DNF, also very unfortunate for him. He made a lot of contact with Xurtashi. That might also go to the stewards, you know. We've got a lot of stewarding to go on. You never know how the results might change. Juicy Fruit Snacks in P13, Kimmy P14, Lucas OVE and F Goddard, the last two drivers after getting their podiums taken away from them because of the game disqualified them. Extremely unfortunate. We really hope you enjoyed this session. We really hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Have fun.